Hey, it's time to dish with D. It's cold. 25 degrees. I think it feels colder than that. Yeah, I don't like the cold. Seriously, I don't. I really don't. So, if you know me well, yeah, and I don't want to live in, like, people say, oh, you should move to Florida. Well, I like where I live, so I don't want to move to Florida. Let's put the heat on real quick. Hold on. All right, here we go. So, yes, it is the home stretch of the holidays. And I am mailing more cards. Thank you for my subscribers for sending me cards. If you guys want to do a card exchange, you still have time. We still have, 2 weeks of the holidays left? Yeah, I'm one of those people. Actually, it's not really me, it's my husband. Like, celebrates to the nth degree. He celebrates till, like, the middle of January. Our tree does not come down till the middle of January. Yeah, he's one of those. I'm not. We were always big Christmas Eve people. That was our holiday, Italian, We had big Christmas Eve. Christmas Day was just kind of hanging around, eating cured meats and slicing ham. It was very, laid back. New Year's we had a nice, meat, very pork-infused lasagna. That was our New Year's Day, which wasn't bad when I think about it now. But yeah, he's big. But when we first got married, I'll tell you a funny story. He didn't trim the tree until Christmas Eve. I was like, what? He goes, well, Santa trims the tree. Why? Santa never trimmed my tree. That was his thing. Oh my God. Yeah, drove me nuts for a few years. Let me tell you, I broke him with that real fast because, boys and girls, I'm not trimming no tree on Christmas Eve, coming from my, our Italian food fest on Christmas Eve of the Feast of the Seven Fishes. And yes, I feasted. And yeah, you come home, we would get home from my brother's like 10:30, full and tired. So we still had to trim the stinking tree. I was like, this is insane. Oh, no, we can't do this. No, we can't do this. So he got to the point where we would trim it early. We just wouldn't put the lights on, like turn the tree lights on. Yeah, that didn't last long either. So now, yes, my tree is trimmed and lit. Yes. 22 years later, I have broken. Well, of course, the kids don't believe anymore, but yeah, I said, Steve, Santa can't have time to trim no trees because he's got stuff to do. I just don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Yes. Now, actually, I should say, the little one, you should say little, he's 20, trims the tree. So, yeah, that's his job and he doesn't mind. He's very good with ornament placement. He's got that, OC ornament. There's a code for that one. Perfect ornament placement. That's it. He, knows what goes where, what fills what. And I'll tell you, he his only complaint is the fact that each of my ornaments is individually boxed because I'm one of those Hallmark ornament persons who's been collecting since she was like old enough to drive. No, this was before that. I was in, probably when I started working. Probably before that, in high school, I'd say we would all go to the Hallmark store the day after Christmas and buy the half-price ornaments. And I started, you get a couple every year because, you can't afford many. But when I got to be working full-time, I would grab as many as I could that I liked. So I have, several hundred Hallmark ornaments. And, of course, they're dated for when you buy them, but they're really cute. So I have a collection of those. I have a collection of Santas doing different things. I have a collection of nutcrackers. I have several different collections, and they're all individually boxed. There's a crate, a wooden crate I got off QVC many years ago of the old-fashioned Mercury glass ornaments. They're so cute. They really are. They're probably my favorite. Like the old-fashioned so his complaint is the fact that he has to unbox each one. Had they just been in one big box where you could just pull them out, would probably be better. Maybe someday I should invest in that, but I love having them in their own boxes. I don't know, it kind of looks cool to me. So yeah, so that's his job. So that's his only complaint. I help him untrim the tree. Like, he trims it. It's much more fun to trim it than to untrim it. So when it comes time for taking them off, I sit there with the boxes and he brings them in and I box them up and we put them back in the other box. But that's his job, and he puts his beads up and his tinsel and, well, I should say garland, really. And he does all that, and you know, he bangs it out, and it's really, I'll have to post a picture. If I remember, I can attach it at the end of the video. But you really want to appreciate it because it doesn't photo well. Like, you can't see like the dark with the lights. It just doesn't never looks nice. But oh, it's cold. So yeah, so we're almost. I have no holiday. Well, no, I actually do have one holiday party this weekend, but I'm not even sure we're going because it's really far, and that's the thing. We're going to the cemeteries. We usually go to the cemeteries at the beginning of the month. It just didn't work out this year, so we're going really late. So not sure if we're going to make that party because, like I said, that's over an hour away from here. Just for a holiday party, to me, is not, you know, it's hard. It's hard to get to places because you got stuff to do and things, you know. So an hour up and an hour back, well, over an hour actually. It'll be 2 hours. So and it's late, and I don't know. We'll see. We haven't ruled it out. It's kind of in the, you know. But that's really my only thing this weekend, which is kind of nice. And we have Christmas Eve on Tuesday, which will be at my brother's. And then Wednesday, I'm not worried about Christmas at all because it's ham, and I like ham. And I love having ham. I like making homemade coleslaw, and there's a good Weight Watchers coleslaw on the app that my friend Linda mentioned, so I have to check that out. I will make that. And the kids want Brussels sprouts and pineapple bake. That's what they want. And two easy things I could bang out. So we'll have that. And they love, we've been getting sometimes I get the spiral ham, just depends, where I get the whole Hatfield boneless. The boneless is much easier because for some reason the spiral just kind of aggravates me. In fact, I still have last Christmas or last Easter's ham. I put the bone in the freezer to make soup. I should do that when Easter break. Christmas break, not Easter break. Christmas, I should make ham soup with the bone that's in there. Bean soup. Ham and bean. Because they would want split pea. I don't like split pea. I mean, I love peas. Don't get me wrong. I love me some good peas. But I do not like pea soup. But let me tell you, know what I did make? And it was really good. And I guess it would be WW friendly. I never thought about it. Pea pesto. You just get peas and you put them in the food processor and you make a paste out of them, like a pesto. It's really good on everything. And I love peas, so of course I'd like it. But never thought about it being WW friendly. I'll have to check out Giada De Laurentiis. Who doesn't love Giada De Laurentiis? She did it, so I'll have to check it out and see how long I get the points. I don't remember there being much of anything. Maybe there was cheese, maybe like a parm. And parm isn't too bad, you know, as far as cheese points go. It really isn't. You don't need a lot, and it gives a lot of punch. Look into that. We might have a pea pesto next week. You know? So actually, I'm going to film my. I was asked to film my spaghetti and anchovies. So it's pasta alige. It's probably WW friendly. I mean. Other than the olive oil, I mean, there's really nothing but anchovies and tomato sauce. It's kind of easy. It's a process, and and I always say because it's the smell of Christmas Eve in my life. When that stinky anchovies melt in there, yeah, you know it's Christmas Eve because it wafts through the house. There's nothing like, we only ever have it on Christmas Eve. People say, why don't you have, I don't know. I never really thought about having it any other time. Everybody likes it. I mean, well, I shouldn't say everybody. My one son isn't a pasta person. But the other ones scarf it down. And my husband always likes, when we have it left over, I always freeze it. We'll bring it out like a month later and add all kinds of seafood. Crab meat, clams, shrimp. So it comes like a, seafood pasta. I don't have a voice this morning. I gotta find my sunglasses. I can't find my sunglasses. My favorite dish with these sunglasses broke. So yeah, I have to order me a new pair. Oh, can you my bag and they snapped. So, yeah. Note to self, don't be doing that with your glasses. Get a nice case. Because they didn't even last me a year. I got them around, I think, January, February of last year. This year. Yeah, it's been a year. But if you like my glasses, they are linked in the description box below, my Amazon store. So yeah, so I gotta go shopping at my own store today. Yes. So yeah, how is your holidays preparation going? I have to wrap some more stuff tonight. I have to. Steve and the boys are making cookies. They're making their favorite cookies, and they're all right in my world. I like them. I don't love them. It's not something I normally would eat first. If there was choice, I would go for a regular cookie. These, I don't know, they're sweet. He calls them crunchy jumbles. He made them when he was a kid. Got it off the Rice Krispies box. So it's like a chocolate chip cookie with Rice Krispies in it. So they kind of get crispy. But to me, they're just between the sugar and the Rice Krispies. It's a little over the top of sweetness for me. And he even gets it more sweet by putting the colored sugar for a little decorative effect and an M&M. So if they weren't sweet enough, you just added some colored sugar and an M&M. So yeah, they're a little sweet for my taste. I like semi-sweet. I'm not a big over the top sweet person. Like that's why I like dark chocolate, because it's not as sweet as like milk. I'm not a big overly sweet person. Like some of those Built bars are like a little overly sweet. Again, that's probably why I don't like them as much, because I'm more of the toned down ones. But and who knew? Because I always thought of myself as a sweet person, but I'm thinking I'm really not a sweet person as much as I think I am. So I don't like. It's funny. Sweet and low in my tea to me is too sweet. That's why I like Splenda. Splenda to me is a little bit of a lower. It's not as sweet. So I never really realized that. I always thought I was an overly sweet person, but apparently I'm not. So who knew? You learn something new about yourself every day. I have discovered more about myself in this journey than I care to even acknowledge. And in a way, it's good because I learned a lot. Like I said, I was an overeater. Did I really realize that about myself? Nope. I would have never admitted that last year this time. But I learned that, and I'm like, wow. I was a big overeater. That's just crazy. What you learn about yourself. And that's why I call this, I should rename it the Dish With You, the channel of self-discovery. I you see people that say that, you're like, yeah, right, But seriously, I did discover that about myself. And I just discovered that I could. And people, like, the question I've been asked at my meetings and stuff is, how does it feel that you're a goal? And I don't even know how to answer that. And I truly, truly don't, because this was a place I never planned to be. This was not, in my why. This was never in my forefront to get to 156. No. It was, my goal was to get 50 pounds off. My goal was to get under 200. That really was probably my goal. If I had stayed at 199, I'd have been thrilled. Believe me, to me, to lose 70 pounds was an accomplishment. Because I remember thinking, when I knew what I weighed, and I remember thinking, in order to be, I knew what my goal weight was. I'm like, that'd be over 120 pounds. Like, nobody thinks they could lose 120 pounds. I certainly didn't think I could lose 100 pounds. I'm like, well, you know what? That's not really where I need to be. And why was I here? Why did I get, it was all like now let's get to a point where when you get 85 off and you think, well, I only have like 35 left. I could do 35. 35 is a manageable number, even though you've already lost 85. So technically the next 35 is going to take you twice as long to get off, which it did. And, like I said, I lost the last 14 from June. So it took me 6 months to lose 14 pounds. And when I first joined WW, I lost 14 pounds in the first 3 weeks. Maybe 4 weeks. First month, we'll just say. So yeah. So when you're at a high weight like that, you could drop weight really quickly for a while, and then it just kind of levels off where you're dropping a little bit less. But so yeah, it took me 6 months to lose 14, and not that I'm discouraging anybody, but the last 14 pounds, yeah, they were hard. I mean, it took me a month to lose a pound. And I guess you could say, well, you could have tightened the belt better, D, or you could have, started working out. I could have, but again, that's not me, and that's not who I want to be or where I want to continue to be. Like, if I had done all that, and then it's going to be like, well, you better continue to do it, because like my leader always says, what you do to lose is what you got to do to maintain. And I'm not sure I'm going to be a person that exercises often. It can happen, but it's not going to be anything regularly. I know that about myself. I just know that. So why start something that I know is just not going to be maintainable? I had to be true to who I was, and who I wasn't going to be a person that's going to sit there and work out to lose weight. It just wasn't going to happen. Do I need to tone up? Yeah, I certainly do. I'm not going to lie and tell you I don't, because I do. I do have flabby thighs, I have flabby arms, and I have a flabby belly. All that loose skin. I mean, will exercising tighten that up? To a degree, but not anywhere near where you think it should. It's just, it's not meant to, like, at my state of being 120 pounds overweight. So, and I've been overweight for a couple of years. I've been overweight my whole life, really since my puberty years. So the odds are exercise is not going to take all that away. It will help to a degree. It will, but it's not going to, Could I have surgery? Sure I could. I probably have 10 pounds of loose skin. So that's why in my mind I think, well, I'm actually 10 pounds lighter if I got rid of that skin. Am I having that surgery? Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, it's $17,000, number one. Number two, I don't like pain. As you know, I don't like to freeze. So girlfriend doesn't like pain. I mean, am I vain enough to have it? No, I'm old. I consider myself 53 years old. I've lived my life. If I was in my 20s, still looking for a man, still trying to have kids. Well, they say you shouldn't have kids and have that surgery, but if I was younger, and like I said, 30 years younger, I probably would have it, sure. And now I have a lot of years ahead of me then, but at this point, what would I be proving? What am I going to sit there and wear a bikini? Who cares? Nobody cares to see me in a bikini. I don't care to see me in a bikini. So, no, I that's not in my, like I said, I'm a very low maintenance, simple person. And my leggings hold my tummy in, so you don't really see my little hanging skin there. And that's okay. As long as they have things like that out, I'm fine. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I'm just out to better myself and to feel good and enjoy the rest of my life. I'm in a great place and I'm happy. Isn't that what it's about? It's about being happy. And I'm happy. And that's it for today. I've really gone off key. I didn't want to be here 18 minutes. But thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe bell, hit that notification button, hit the notification subscribe. I don't know. You know what, guys? You've heard that enough from a lot of people, so you know what to do. I will dish tomorrow. Maybe we'll go back to Friday favorites. We'll see.